Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Jenny. I'm an esthetician here in Las Vegas. I want to do this channel, talk about skincare, talk about makeup, talk about, beauty stuff. I want to try things out and let you know how I like it, if I like it. I just really like doing that stuff. Obviously, I went to school for skincare, so I like to do all the skincare stuff. Today, I'm gonna do a dermaplaning video. I like to dermaplane my skin like once a month. It has been a little bit longer. I haven't really been doing a lot to my skin lately. But anyways, back to dermaplaning. I'm gonna dermaplane my face. I'm gonna show you everything that I use. My skincare, currently I'm using Rhode. I do really like Rhode. She doesn't have a lot of like treatment stuff, like anything, maybe like retinol, that type of treatment stuff for your skin. She has like peptide stuff like that. It does make your skin very bright, and I do like the Rhode line. The brand that I really want to try is Paravi. I think that's what it's called. It's Paris Hilton's brand of skincare. I really want to try her skincare. So actually, I think I'm gonna buy it and then I'll use it and I can tell you guys how I like it. I really want to try it, so I'm gonna try it. Okay. I'm like ADD, but back to dermaplane. Before I dermaplane, I've already done this, so I'm not going to do it again. It's an AHA, BHA skin prep solution. I get it from Dermaplane Pro. It's backwards for you guys. Sorry. But it's by Dermaplane Pro. It's a really nice AHA, BHA skin prep solution. You could do this. You can use a toner if you want to. I like to use the AHA, BHA skin prep solution, the alpha hydroxy, beta hydroxy skin prep solution. And then I do not like dry dermaplaning. I don't like it. I know some esties, some people love dry dermaplaning. I don't like dry dermaplaning. It just, I don't know why. I took the class, at PCA, they taught us dry and wet dermaplaning. I tried both. I like the wet dermaplaning. That's it. I like the wet dermaplaning. That's me. But yes, usually I'll use the oil for the wet dermaplaning. I spent the money and I got this hair identifier spray. Maybe people love it. I don't. You spray it and it's just like all over. You're like, I even tried it on a client and they're like, don't ever put that on my face again. They hated it as well. I don't like this either. So I'll never use this. I'll just give it away, throw it away. I don't know, but I don't like it. So that's my 2 cents on that hair identifier spray. I don't like it. Okay, so I already used the skin prep solution. Next, both of these are equally as amazing. I love it. I love both of them. These are what I use for my wet dermaplaning. The PCA Daily Cleansing Oil I know it's a cleansing oil, but it works amazing. Amazing for wet dermaplaning. And also the Dermaplane Pro dermaplaning oil. I love this too. Both of them are equally amazing. Love both of them. So since I already did the dermaplaning oil, I'm gonna go ahead and do the, I already used the prep solution, so I'm gonna go ahead and use the dermaplaning oil. This is not like a, PCA has not given me anything for any of the stuff that I'm showing or anything. I just really love the PCA products, so I buy PCA products. And the blades that I use are the PCA blades, the R blades. They have the, you know, the rounded edge on it here, you know, instead of the pointy edge. I like these blades a lot. They're really nice blades to use. Very nice. And then obviously I have my blade holder. So in order to do the dermaplane, I'll get my blade ready here. And I don't know if everybody that's watching is familiar with dermaplaning, like what it is, benefits, things like that, but we can talk about that. Basically, dermaplaning is exfoliation. You're exfoliating your face. You never want to call it hair removal, because sometimes you don't even get all the hair. I try my hardest to get all of the hair off people's faces and off my face. Sometimes I don't get every single hair. So it's called exfoliation, not hair removal. That's just what I like to say. So with the blade, obviously you open it to where just this part is showing. You take your blade, you put it inside. Take your blade holder, put it inside there. And it just kind of snaps into place. And there it is, my blade. Okay, I like to keep the blade inside the packaging until I'm ready to use it. Usually when I'm doing myself, I won't use gloves or anything. It's my skin. When I'm doing a client, obviously I use gloves. Okay, so we have our blade on the blade holder. I get my 4x4s because as you're, you know, exfoliating, there's gonna be stuff on the end of your blade and you're gonna wanna, you know, wipe it off every pass. So, and, but anyways, dermaplaning is getting rid of the vellus hairs. It's exfoliation, but it also gets rid of the vellus hairs. So clients always ask me, if I dermaplane my face, is my hair gonna grow back thicker, you know, bushier? No, it's not going to. So when you dermaplane, when you shave, you're just shaving the hair. You're not doing anything with the follicle or anything. So the follicle doesn't even know anything's going on. So it's just gonna grow. So when you dermaplane, when you shave, the follicles don't even know what's going on. They don't know that, you know, they just continue to grow. So it's not gonna grow back thicker. It's not gonna grow back bushier. It's not gonna do any of that. So let's go ahead and get started with my oil. This is my oil. I'm gonna just get it on there. You also could, I know some Some people like to use these big Q-tips for your face though. I like to use a 4x4 just because I can kind of put it, you don't have to use that little Q-tip. Now you don't want to use a lot of oil just because you don't want the blade to just pick up your oil. You don't want your oil to be so thick to where it's just picking up the oil. And I usually just put my oil on in the beginning, and I don't have to put more oil on while I go. Okay, that's done. So let's go ahead and get started. Now, when you dermaplane, you want to hold your skin taut. Now taut, I mean like, you know, hold it up. You know, don't just go in with the blade without holding your skin. So, it's a little awkward. So I will take my blade. You don't want to lift it up, you just want to kind of hold it at this angle and go back and forth. You can see that hair pulling up now. See how that? It's a lot of stuff on my skin right now. I have not done this in a minute. But you definitely don't want to lift your blade. Don't lift your blade up after you. Look at all that. Yeah, don't lift your blade up while you're on the skin, because you don't want to go like this and then lift and go back down, lift, go back down. You're kind of just going at you're just motion like this. You're going up, down, up, down, like that. So it's pretty... And, you know, you can get to the hairline. Some clients do ask me to, like, do their sideburns. I'm not a hair person, but I mean, I guess if it's, like, really hairy right there, I will do that for them. But I can't guarantee that it's gonna look nice. And when you do nick yourself, typically you don't feel it. You'll just see the blood, usually. And I do just like to go kind of, you know, from... I like to go in, like, from here to here to here. I kind of go in a pattern. I try to. Sometimes it doesn't work out in a pattern, but... I really try to go in a pattern. It's a lot different doing yourself than doing a client, because see this, there's a USA on there. I don't know how you can see. There's USA on there. I think you guys can see that, like right on the blade there. That's what I typically will look at while I'm dermaplaning my client. Because if I can see the USA, I know I'm at the right angle. But yeah, so that's just my little little quirks that I do. You see it just like pulling up there. And you don't want to press really hard. You just want to let the blade do its work. You don't have to press. And usually when I'm doing my clients, I tell them, if you want to say anything, tap me or put your hand up and I will take the blade from your skin. Because, yeah, it's not very smart to talk while you're doing this. As I talk while I'm doing it. So you just like, oh, that just feels so nice. See, this side looked like this side. I don't know if you can see all that hair there. I had tons of hair. Like you can pull it up. See, you can pull my hair up because it's so long. Then you go here. And you can't because I just dermaplaned it all off. Okay. Okay. Now, I'm going to be really careful around that pimple. Around that blemish. I'm really getting a lot off. And I see a lot of the dead skin too. I do see a lot of that. And then I will go up here and kind of like pull that taut. I try not to get near the eyebrows either. Sometimes I will go a different direction. I'm unpredictable. You see all that? Woo! That, yeah, I'm getting, look at that. Holy man. Holy man. That was weird. That's also with wet dermaplaning, I feel like it's so much more satisfying when you have the hair. You can see it better. I'm not knocking dry dermaplaning. If you love it, you love it. It's just not my cup of tea, but it might be yours. I wait to do my eyes because I'll like go across on my eyes. I'll show you the 4x4 when I'm done. Yeah, that one had a lot of dry skin on it. I do get dry, like in this area here. The chin is really awkward. Then you gotta do your mustache. feels so good. Okay, now we're gonna do this side of my face. It's really awkward. You know, sometimes you can go down, but I like to go up. You know, dermaplaning also helps with product absorption because you get rid of all that hair and dry skin, and it will help with your product absorbing better into your skin. That's also what I love about it, is that you get better results with your skincare products after dermaplaning. After dermaplaning, I just feel like everything is just absorbing into my skin so much better. Typically, you don't want to go over a spot more than twice. Usually, if I go over a spot more than like 2 or 3 times, it actually like gets sore. So I would not recommend it. Typically, I get more dry skin off of the unibrow area than hair. Just because that is part of the T-zone, and sometimes people are more dry in that area. And then with the forehead is so awkward. Especially, well, when you're doing it to yourself, it's very awkward. Really the only reason why I do my forehead is for dry skin, because I don't really have a lot of hair on my forehead. And not very many people do. I know I don't get a lot of hair off people's forehead. I just get a lot of dry skin off people's foreheads. Yeah, that's just like a lot of dry skin right there. I have a 5 head, so I have a big forehead. And then with your blade, I can't find it. I have a blade thing that I put in there, and it's like a sharps container, but it just takes it off. But for now, because I can't find it, I'm gonna just place it back in the bag just for safety. You know, don't want to get cut because these are extremely sharp. Extremely sharp. Okay, so I only needed one 4x4 for my whole face to put the stuff on it. This is my 4x4 of all of my dead skin and hair and all of that. I've done people where I've used like 3 of these. They had so much hair and just so much stuff on them. But if you use a lot of oil, you will use a lot of 4x4s, just because if you use a lot of oil, you're going over more times, because you'll go and then you'll have like a lot of oil, some hair, and then there'll still be hair there. That's why you don't want to use a lot of oil, for sure. And after I use the oil, I'll usually just kind of wipe my face I get that oil off. And just remember, after you're done, I know you're always going to use SPF anyways, but you're really going to have to use SPF after you dermaplane, after you chemical peel, all of that, because your face is just going to be more sensitive to the sun, I guess. And also, when it's shady outside, use SPF still, because yeah, you need to use SPF even when it's rainy and overcast, and always use SPF. SPF is so important. The sun accounts for, I think, 80 to 90% of all aging, and 10 to 20% is genetics. But the sun ages you so fast, so just always use sunscreen. I always have sunscreen on. I always use sunscreen. And just remember to reapply if you're out in the sun for a long period of time. Just remember that. So just my 2 cents with the SPF. Okay, so I wiped my face. Okay, my skincare regimen right now is Rhode. But I really like, so I bought these glasses because I have a problem with my eyes. I hate under my eyes. I feel like I look old, and I just hate my eyes right now. So I use this niacinamide serum with these glasses, and they it kind of gives you a little zzz, zzz, you know, and it kind of tightens the muscles and tightens the skin around. But you have to use some kind of serum on your eyes to do it. So I'm gonna do my glasses, and you know, I'll fast forward it or pause it or whatever, but I'm gonna do these glasses right now. I love what it does to under my eyes. Like, I'm gonna show you. Like, okay, this is under my eyes right now. I know, it's just, ugh. But, so, and I feel like my eyes look different after I use these glasses, so. Okay. Kind of scares me a little bit at first. I'm like, eh. See, look. Stopped it. I feel like it makes a difference. Maybe you don't. Okay, so I have my towel, and I'm just gonna kind of wipe it to get that oil off my skin. Just kind of, and you know, kind of do it gently. Okay. All right. We are at the end, but I do have a twitch. Of course, it's not gonna do it. Okay, so my first thing I use right now is the Rhode's glazing mist. The Rose glazing milk. With the glazing milk, you just, I guess I'm taking my ring to do this. You just kind of put it in your hand like this. And then see what the glasses, they kind of make me red where they hit, but it goes away in like 10 minutes. And with the glazing milk, you just kind of pat it into your skin. You don't rub it, you just pat it into your skin. After the glazing milk, I will use a PCA vitamin B3 brightening serum. It's usually what I always use. Sometimes I use the PCA. There's another serum that I use by PCA sometimes, but I'm out of it. I know. Yeah, okay. You want to, usually, because I use the Rhode stuff, usually it's after the glazing milk and before the peptide glazing fluid that you'll want to use any serum or anything you're going to use. You want to do it between them. So next I'm using the peptide glazing fluid. Need more. I need more. Need to head on over to Sephora and get some more. After I do this, I like to kind of massage my face, plump it up a little bit. Another way you can do that is with gua sha. You can use the gua sha, you know, kind of ferment it up a little bit. But when I can't find my gua sha, or I'm just in a video like this, obviously I can't go get my gua sha. I'm just use my fists. Okay. Now I'm gonna use my eye stuff. I love this stuff, obviously, because I'm using it, but I like it because I do feel like I've always had puffy eyes. Like, let's see, here's a picture of me as a little girl. I'm gonna cover everybody else up. Look at those puffy eyes. I still have them. I still have the puffy eyes. I still have them. See? Still there. I've always had puffy eyes. Don't know. Dark circles also. But I use that. The Tula Instant Depuff. Like I said, I have a hard time with cold. Especially around my eyes. So, try and go fast because it's kind of torturous, to be honest. Okay. Next is the barrier butter. I had the other one. I grabbed the wrong bottle at Sephora when we were on the strip the other day. Ow. We were on the strip the other day and I went to Sephora and I grabbed the wrong one. So, yeah. Because I really like the Sephora that's on the strip in Las Vegas. It's the Miracle Mile Shops. I really like that Sephora. And it's really far away from me, so I picked the wrong one and I said, I'm using it. Okay. Then at the end of my skincare, I do another spray of the Glazy Mist. Don't forget about your lips. I never forget about my lips. I love this stuff. Okay. Lastly, Super Goop. I use the Super Goop SPF 40 and I use the sunrise color. I love tinted SPFs. I just love them. Okay, so we're done, but look at my skin now compared to when we first started. It's amazing. I love dermaplaning. My next video, maybe we'll get into microneedling. I love microneedling too. That helps a lot of people. Yeah, if there's anything else you guys want to see or talk about, just let me know. If you like this video, please subscribe, give me a thumbs up. It really helps. And I will see you on my next video. Bye, guys.